Actually liked how we did a lot of things. I liked what we did. Thought we got good shots. I liked our ball movement. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go in, and that's okay. But what I was really happy with our guys is we continued to do the next right thing, continue to make the right play, continue to defend. We didn't let the non-shot making affect our energy, and that kept us in the game. And those are great lessons. Sometimes the ball doesn't go in, and we kept doing the right thing offensively. They were in the paint all night, and we were just kicking out to shooters. Sometimes they don't go in, but we trusted what we were doing the whole game, and I was really pleased with that.
Got an extended look at some guys like Will and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡. What stood out to you about them?
I thought they were great. I thought they played their roles really well. You obviously saw some of Will's shot making and creation. He's got a pretty high level of that. And then you saw what 𝗙𝗢𝗟 can do defensively. And obviously Anthony Gill, who hasn't been in the rotation much at all, came in and gave us a really positive boost. I thought the bench was really terrific. They held down the fort and were actually a positive when they were out there. It's a great job by those guys.
Hey, Coach. Kyshawn's had a few of these games where he has like a really strong first half and a quiet second, or the other way around. Is that a thing you guys are talking about, stringing together good halves, or is it just growing pains or something?
I think he played well the whole game, like 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Some of it's just, I don't consider it just making shots or missing shots part of like playing great. You're going to have nights like that, like I just said. Can you continue to do other things? Obviously he did. The rebounding, the passing. Obviously we're playing through him more and more, and there's always a learning curve with those things. But I liked how he played tonight.
Sure.
He did the right thing.
And Josh Robbins here asked Michael Winger earlier about the kind of job you're doing. And, of course, he said good job and stuff. What are the kind of checkpoints you feel like you're trying to hit to make sure you're doing right by the team?
Yeah, our habits are our number one thing. And we're just trying to build the right habits every day. And those are the things that we think that are going to lead us to be a consistent winner. And we're just stacking those days. So that's my role as the coach, to instill that every day within our building. And when we travel, when we play games, in every little environment that we have with our team, that doesn't change. We just keep going forward with that.
Coach, Bub had 13 three-point attempts tonight. Was that by design or just kind of how the game was going?
A little bit of the flow, but like we want Bub to be aggressive. Bub's a mid-40s three-point shooter, so the fact that he was able to get that, that's a tribute to him. But sometimes it's hard to get up that type of volume. We wanted to get into the paint and kick out for more threes. Like I said, some of those didn't go in tonight, but we continued to make the right play. His shots were the right shots.
This is an odd question, but your game's been moved up like 6 hours for Saturday. I just wonder how that impacts everything that you do between now and Saturday.
Yeah, that's part of it, right? I mean, we'll have things that happen that are out of our control in terms of weather and stuff like that. Go play the game. So it's exciting to us. It's like that's a challenge for us. We're coming off a long trip where we had to come back and play the Clippers, play this, now hit the road again and play an early game. We talked about already, like those are great challenges. We never use that as an excuse. That's the game on the schedule. Time moves up. Great, let's go play. So we're excited about that.
Coach, is the team's defense like where you would like it to be overall at this point in the season?
Yeah, I can see it really growing in the last 3 games for sure. Obviously we made a move here about a week and a half ago, and I think it took us a couple of games to get adjusted, and that's normal. But I really like how we're playing defensively. The defense kept us in the game, and that's what you have to do when the things aren't always going your way. And we talked about that in the timeouts. The guys kept guarding, and that gives you a chance to win every night. And that's the most important thing for us going forward.
BK, you talk a lot about the process, whether it's in-game or in practice, and I know shots weren't necessarily following the way you guys wanted to, but were you getting the looks from the passing and the kicking out that you wanted? Because I look at the assists, and it seems like it's a low assist number for you guys from what you're used to seeing, but that also coincides with shots falling. But were the kickouts, were the guys making the right passes that you have wanted them to be making, that you've been working on recently?
Yeah, for sure. Our scoring passes, which is something we look at, was at where we wanted, was in the right. We had a lot of catch and shoot threes, which we're trying to get a little better at. I think we had 24 in the first half. So like those things matter to us. Sometimes they just go in. But to me, the key is we kept defending. And that's great growth for our young team who's learning how to establish themselves in the league. They didn't shoot the ball well either early in the game. You're going to have games like that. Can you keep doing the right thing? Can you keep trusting your teammates? Can you keep communicating on defense? I thought we did that tonight. I was really pleased with that.
Hi, Coach. We're a bit more than halfway of the season. what do you think of Alex's season, and especially between his first season and this season? Well, how did he improve?
Yeah, I think you're seeing a lot of growth from him, obviously. His ability to put pressure on the rim offensively has grown, and then you see what he does defensively, protecting the rim. You saw the passing tonight, obviously. He just has a little bit of everything. He's just continuing to grow. I'm not going to put a ceiling on him. We still got another 39, 40 games left. He's going to continue to grow because of the work he's put in over the summer and the work he's continued to do every day. I've been very pleased with his development.
Hi, Coach. Quick question about Bilal. I just wanted to know if you had an update about how he is and when we might see him back.
Yeah, he's just day-to-day right now. He's doing a little bit more on the court and stuff, so just day-to-day.
Yeah. And could you elaborate a bit about how those multiple injuries has an impact or not on the way he's evolving as a player, and what you were expecting at the beginning of the season with him and how he is now compared to what was the plan, basically?
Yeah, I thought he really had a great stretch before this little stretch here. The defense was as good as anybody in the league and turning to our metrics and disrupting the game, guarding the best players in the other team, him attacking downhill, getting to the free throw line. I think his development is on the right course. He'll be back soon.
Coach, how do you think Alex did against Valanciunas on both ends?
I thought he did pretty good. He got a couple shots. I thought that they didn't give him credit for a couple blocks. Fronted the post, took away his easy catches. I thought he battled them well.
I think overall our process was pretty good. I think we shared the ball pretty well, got the shots that we wanted. Obviously, we wish that had a little better percentage, but I trust our work, I trust our process, and we're going to get there.
It was another game where we saw 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡𝗧𝗏 get an opportunity not only to play but to guard a really good player. What did you see from him?
I played against him in college. He was at FSU, kind of known for that defense, the deflections, the physicality, and I think he's doing a great job of going out there and, bringing that to the game. And also on offense, I think he's fine, where he could get his own, finding threes, finding offensive rebounds, and just bring that grit and physicality to the game.
Kyshawn, I wanted to ask you about actually your shirt. Today is Kobe's, I think it's 20th anniversary of the 81-point game. How does he influence you as a basketball player growing up?
To be honest, that's a total coincidence. One of my friends in Switzerland actually made the shirt for me, so I just wanted to wear it. I think just Kobe is just, I was seeing that he had his 80, like you said, 81 points. It's just, I think it's never been done before, except for Wilt Chamberlain in recent history. And he's just, pushing back the burdens of basketball, and it shows what's possible to do in the sport.
How would you compare the team defensively today as opposed to the first time you played Denver when I think you gave up 53% shooting to them?
We obviously, when you play a team twice in a close period of time, you kind of know what they do. Yeah. Peyton Watson had a great game. He shot a very, very good percentage. So I think, there's days where people are going to make shots and going to miss shots, and I think at the end of the day, it's how you try to, force them into take their tougher shots. And I think we did a pretty good job on that. And like we said, our bench, Jamir Watkins and them came in there and really upped the physicality defensively, which helped us a lot.
Kyshawn, how would you evaluate where the Wizards' rebuilding process is at right now?
So you basically tell me if me, Alex, and Bob are doing a good job in Bilal. Basically, that's the question.
That's part of it, but just in general.
No, I think we're good. I think we're starting to figure stuff out. We've been in a couple close games. I think we keep our heads leveled as the game going on. We're able to fight back after other teams go on runs and, respond to a run of our own. So I think we're trending in the right direction. I hope and I think people see the progress. And the best is yet to come.
Ouais, Kyshawn, est-ce que tu peux parler de l'évolution d'Alex en tant que joueur et est-ce que pour toi il devrait être All-Star cette année?
Alors pourquoi pas? Moi si j'ai envie qu'il soit All-Star, je serai le premier à voter pour qu'il soit All-Star. Parce que quand on regarde ses stats pour 36 minutes, c'est évident. Après, son évolution, je pense qu'elle parle d'elle-même. Son impact défensif, sa réussite près du cercle, il sait comment mettre la balle dans le panier, il sait comment impacter le jeu d'une manière positive. Donc super.
Et aussi, est-ce que tu peux parler de sa personnalité aussi, parce qu'on vous a vu faire un podcast récemment avec Bilal et Alex, où ça s'envoyait pas mal de vannes et tout. Est-ce que tu peux nous dire, parce qu'apparemment il est très drôle en dehors des cours, nous on le voit un peu plus réservé en conférence de presse, que tu peux parler de sa personnalité, Alex?
Ouais. Il sait quand être sérieux, il sait quand faut rigoler, mais après ça reste un jeune 2005. Et puis ouais, on s'amuse bien en dehors de terrain, c'est sûr.
Hey, Kyshawn. Tonight was game number, I think, 102 for you in your career. So you crossed the 100 game mark. What would you say the biggest difference is between game 1 Kyshawn, game 100 Kyshawn?
Definitely his confidence and knowing, what he's actually capable of doing. And just the physicality also is a big part that I think is different from game 1 in offensive physicality, because I've always been a pretty good defender, I believe.
How does the increased confidence manifest itself on the court? Just more shot attempts or more everything?
More. I think it comes from more paint touches and how to get his teammates involved. I obviously worked on how getting my personal shot off a lot, and I think I'm doing a decent job. I just need to make the shots now. But yeah, really just reading the game, knowing where the ball needs to go and when, and yeah, just keeping my eye on that.
Especially earlier into the game, like the first probably 6 or 7 shots, all great shots from great shooters, just didn't fall. So I feel like, earlier, but our defense was helping us keep staying to the game.
It seems like that's been a trend lately. Why do you think you guys have been able to, raise your floor with your defense?
I think it's just the will to win. Like, we know shots aren't falling, we know we're not scoring, but we know that it's going to flip or turn at some point, and we feel like if we up our defense, that'll give us a better chance at being or staying in the game.
Tre, as you head into the second half of your rookie season, just what parts of your game are you maybe more comfortable with now that you might not have been at the start of the season?
I just say I know where my shots are coming from, to be honest. Just me working on where I'm going to get the shots from, and me being able to just make sure I'm able to get to those spots cleanly, I would say, so it's not like a contested shot, but still be aggressive. I wouldn't say it's just one area.
Tre, hey, you obviously look comfortable on the court. I'm wondering if part of that comfort is a product of you getting consistent starts, or if you'll feel comfortable regardless of if you start or if you come off the bench, if it's just consistent for you.
I don't think either one matters, to be honest. I just feel like just me playing my game, playing hard, and my teammates finding me is what's helping me.
Tre, I asked Coach Adelman before the game just about scouting for a player with your confidence in your shot, but also your ability to get your shot off from really anywhere on the floor. And he mentioned you and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧 and the fact that that's what scouts are looking for now because of just the work you're putting in. Hearing that in your rookie season from coaches around the league, knowing that that's kind of what they're looking for with three-point shooters, how much pride do you take in your game that in your rookie season you can garner that type of response and respect from people?
I feel like that's just good to, hear or know, but I kind of already had that in my mind that I was pretty different from other guys in the league. I feel like just from the aspect of being able to shoot further from the court, I've seen it and realized that guys are actually coming out to guard me more. So that's even just giving us more of a gap, and it's creating shots for other guys. We just got to just make them and take the opportunity and take the time, because we just got to be able to see it. Guys are going to be out of rotation, out of position, trying to stop me shooting a deep three, which isn't really a high percentage shot, but we'll get a corner three just because somebody else has to help and he can't rotate.
Tre, I wanted to ask you about the three-point shooting. You had one in the corner. You was kind of like fading out of bounds, kind of wrapped it over your head, and then faded out of bounds in the corner. I wanted to ask you about your thought process behind that shot.
I was shooting it regardless. I was just waiting to get the ball. But JC had the ball, especially in transition. You're always looking for guys. So I just knew if I just kept moving and kept running, I didn't get it the first time, ran through to the corner. And he just put it there. I knew that you're not going to think I'm shooting the ball from that spot or that angle. So you're not going to be contesting it before I shoot it. And it's just really a corner three, I think, at the end of the day. So I really just shot it. And I made one before, so it helped.
I don't know if this is the same shot that Jarrett was referring to, but there was one where you collected the ball. It was an off-target pass.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on time. When you're working on your shot in the gym, are you trying to Sorry. Are you trying to simulate situations like imperfect situations like that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, my fault to cut you off, but nah, I'm not trying to do anything to that standard, I would say, but really just whenever I'm able to get my body squared up or get my chest to the goal, I feel like it's all the same shot no matter what happened previously. I feel like once my feet get set and I'm turned to the goal, or even not turned, just once I find the rim in the air, it's all the same shot.
Hey, Tre. Tight little 9-man rotation today, but AG got some extended run, made his stops. I'm curious how he helps you guys on the court, but also he seems like the vet of vets. I'm curious, has he helped you become a pro, a wizard across the first half of your rookie season?
I feel like AG helps more off the court than on the court, even though he still does. I feel like on the court, I've been helping him out. You see his defense lately? You seen his defense? You see, like, he causing turnovers and stuff like that. It's guarding me a lot, but but nah, AG helps. AG mainly helps off the court, just being a pro off the court, because, like, it's funny, like, nobody sees it, but AG has probably best dressed in the morning to practice, lives the farthest, gets the outfit prepared the night before, is the first one to the gym, and just all of those little things into it, just so he wants to come to the gym first so he can do his workout and help with other guys. That's just the type of person he is. So, like, just finding and watching stuff like that, it's just amazing to me. So he, like, pushes me to be a better person. He doesn't even know it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he does favors. Like, he was like last year he was here and he was like offering to drive people home.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll give you a ride. Like, that just seemed like the kind of.
And he lives the furthest. That's what I'm saying. So, like, he lives farther than most of us, and he's willing to drive us somewhere else to get us there. And he got 4 kids at home and a wife. So, like, that's just the type of person he is.
Well, piggybacking off of that conversation, honestly, of course, being the rookie season, what are the things that you have learned so far this season that you can share for someone that's studying your craft right now?
I say you keep just working on your game and but being smart with it. So many games and tight turnaround just days that I want to work out, but I know that it'd be like playing a back-to-back, basically. So it's just being smart about it, but still being conscious of the work you put in, I would say.
Tre, what have you learned from Trae Young just watching his game over the years and since he's come to the team?
Great passer. He has great IQ of the game, especially him seeing it from like a different lens now, not being on the court, so he really actually can see the whole floor, I would say. He just giving little bits and pieces to guys like as you coming out or during timeouts. I feel like just listening and paying attention, because some of the stuff that most of the stuff he's talking about, next play to be like open or kind of happen. So it's just like having another coach on the side, basically.
And if you could name one thing that you just want to improve at for the rest of the season, what would it be?
Consistency, I'd say, or just defense. One or two, probably two biggest things on my mind.